Hello traders, this is a Bitcoin technical analysis video. If this video is going to be a bit longer and I will add timestamps in the description box, but if you are in a hurry, the meat of the matter is that Bitcoin could possibly go to 46.5 or 48K. Okay, now that we've got this out of the way, the first thing I want to talk about is a trader's mindset or an analyst's mindset. There are two types of people in this business, the good ones and the bad ones. The bad ones always know where price is going to go. They always know in advance what price is going to do, and they are always so sure in their opinions that they never, even when reality hits them in the face, they can never admit they are wrong. These are the bad ones, and these are the ones you should try to avoid. The good ones are humble. What do I mean by that? That they always assume that they may be wrong. They never take things for granted. They know that price is out of their control and that they are only playing the probabilities. This is the true nature of this business. You don't know what's going to happen. You're only playing the probabilities. And if you are humble, you will know that you will make mistakes and you will correct your mistakes as you go. Okay? Now I want to go over price. Okay? Generally, when we are speaking now, price is in a range between 40,700 and 44,500. This is a kind of range that we formed. Note this candle from December 11th. Now, this is not an inside candle, but still we see that all the candles following this candle until today closed inside the body of the December 11th candle, which is a congestion zone. You already know that if you follow my videos. Now, a congestion zone could be a serious support or resistance, which makes me think that if price will keep pushing and make it above 44,500, we could be looking at a price increase to 46.5 and possibly even 48. Okay? Now, how did I come up with these numbers? Two ways. First, 48K was the January redistribution range high. I already talked about it in many videos, so I'm not going to repeat myself. The second is that I drew Gann angles. Now, the way I draw Gann angles is the old-fashioned way, the same way that many Gann practitioners used to do, by dividing, taking a pivot point. This is a pivot low, okay, September 11th, 24,900, taking a pivot point, and this pivot point creates a 90-degree angle, and you divide this angle by 8. I will show you in a second. And you look at the angles and look for trend lines. There are three pivot points on the Bitcoin chart. The first is from November 21st, from the cycle low. The second is from March 10, and the third is from September 11. Now you need to divide this 90-degree angle to 8. I already did it, and I did it the old-fashioned way, not with a Gann fan, and I will explain why in a second, okay? Now, let's clear up this mess. First, what we need to do is we need to lock price to bar ratio, okay? Because Gann didn't have a logarithmic display on his charts. They were drawing their charts on pen and paper, okay? Now what you need to do is you need to look for trend lines that are substantial. Let's begin with the first. Let's clear out first all these angles, okay? Yeah, let's clear this one. This is a beautiful trend line. This one I will... Okay. Now let's go to the pivot point of March 10 and let's clear the unnecessary angles. This one is important. This one not so much, not so much, not so much. Okay. These two are more or less the same. Third pivot point. Let's clear the unnecessary angles. Okay. Now we are left with a few angles that are important in Bitcoin's price action. First of all, look at this angle. Look, it was a beautiful support once, twice, failed on the third time. Resistance, resistance, support. So this is an important angle. This is a trend line that you need to watch, okay? This is also a nice angle, not because it provided support or resistance in Bitcoin's price action, but because it is converging with this one, okay, with the orange one. Now let's go over to the orange trend line. The orange trend line, you can see this trend line. What angle is that? 33, 34, 33.75, I think. This angle is a beautiful trend line, beautiful support. Once, twice, third time, three times. On the fourth, Bitcoin bounced to the upside, hit it again. This one is 45 degrees, I think. Yeah. Resistance. Price pulled back, didn't even touch the angle, and now it is trying for higher. Where could this go? If it continues to the upside, it could converge with the purple line at 46.6. And if it will go higher, it could converge. It will probably not happen in a day. It could converge with the orange line, which will take it to around 48. These two trend lines are very strong and they need watching because I think they will play a role in Bitcoin's price action now and possibly at the 48K level. I didn't explain very deeply how I got to my targets, but the gist of the matter is that 48K is the range high, and now we have a very significant Gann angle that supports 48K, the idea of a 48K as resistance. So it's very possible that Bitcoin will continue to 48K. Now, if you want me to talk more about Gann angles, because there is a lot to explain, it's not as simple as it sounds, then leave it in the comments and I will do a dedicated video just to explain the matter, okay? Now, one last thing, and excuse me because I know that I usually don't talk for that long. Whatever happens, in my opinion, this is the end of the move, not the beginning, okay? So Bitcoin could go to 48K or 46.5K, but this move is almost at its end. Look, when you see red candles, green candles, red candles, green candles, yes, it's not an impulsive price action. It's a corrective price action, which means that it would probably not go as far as you think or as far as you would like. So this is not the time to go all in on Bitcoin, okay, with the 100x leverage, with everything that you've got. This is a possible setup, but it should be handled very carefully and not with a large capital allocation, because it is also possible that Bitcoin will fail at the 44.5 resistance and begin a correction. The exact trade setup I uploaded to TradingView with a lot more explanation, and to Twitter as well. So look for the setup on TradingView. It's the best way, in my opinion. Okay? Thank you very much. If you've stayed with me as long as you have and you listened to everything I said, then I am grateful to you. And please take what I said to heart. Avoid people that always know what price is going to do, because they are dangerous to everyone who listens to them. That's all I have for you on Bitcoin. I hope it helps, and I will see you in the next video.